I'm just me. That's all I am, just me. Or a posh car, you know, Ford Fairlane or something like that, came racing at me from the right. They were, of course, in the right and crashed right into the side of me. I wasn't badly hurt, but people were so kind, you know, and I thought, well, I'll write a letter of gratitude. I like writing and I have opinions about all kinds of things.
She's across a lot of issues in that, and as I say, she obviously puts a lot of research into it before she puts pen to paper, and I do commend her for that.
You don't have to agree with what she says, but there's a lot of truth in it, I think. Yeah, I think it's admirable that she's so active within the community still.
It keeps my mind active. I like to write about a variety of things.
She always seems to have her letters in the paper, freedom of speech, gives her something to do.
To be able to have your opinion and not actually want anything in return, I think that's a really good idea.
The difference, of course, is that it's not dialogued unless people respond.
Some letter writers bang on about the same old thing, climate change, environment, all the time, but I don't do that.
She did make comment across a fairly wide spectrum. She wasn't just always on about cats. Although I remember that theme coming through a little bit.
Joan and her cat, and Maudie, I always followed that very closely.
I haven't found it necessary to write any stories about any of my pet animals, but Joan obviously does feel that way.
I just really felt very sorry for her at that stage.
I used to write little anecdotes about her, you know, and she was my little friend and companion for so long.
But she's made the decision and gone out and she went out and got 2 more, and then she took 1 back because it wasn't suitable.
Oh, she's named after my granddaughter in England, and she's a 1.5 years, and she's gorgeous. Has a tail like a squirrel. She loves butter, yoghurt, not keen on raspberry jam. People came from Killarney and bought me a load of cat food and cat bites and a calming device. I mean, I didn't know them. They just came and brought me all this stuff. Came home one day to find a beautiful bouquet of flowers on the doorstep and a card. And then when I wrote about pegs, I got an avalanche of pegs in the mail. Letter writing is therapeutic for me. I mean, and the people reading them seem to appreciate them. So, I mean, it's a good thing all around. Crazy person, been writing to me for 5 years, under various guises. I mean, all ridiculous. They reckon they're a pom, but I doubt that. I don't think poms are that crazy. They write about the royal family, used to, deriding them. Celebrities, Bert Newton, they don't scare me. I mean, they're just cowards. If you've got an opinion, you shouldn't be afraid to put your name to it. Whether I'm right or wrong, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I state it, it's my opinion, my name is on it, and I own up to it. I do like levity, you know. I'm quite humorous sometimes. If I was younger, I'd be able to be more outgoing and forthright and perhaps get on the council, but it just shouldn't happen. People need to express themselves, not be afraid, you know, of saying something in case they offend somebody else. I've probably offended a lot of people in my life, but I mean, I don't take offence from anybody.
I believe if everybody's just walking, you know, single file one after the other, not much is, you know, different. You need them to be able to sort of stretch out, go in different paths and hear the different opinions, because I think the opinions is what creates the difference in society and all these different levels that make it so interesting.
And I just think we're absolutely blessed in Australia that we do have that opportunity to have freedom of speech.
I think it's important that we can have a view, but then it's up to people like me to, try and analyse what we see around us and what we believe in, and try and get the best outcome for the community. Sometimes some of the public debate is not helpful, particularly if it's ill-informed.
Sort of middle of last year, she decided to retire. Well, that lasted about a month, I think, and there were so many people sending in SMSs and letters saying, "Joan, come back, Joan, come back." So she did.
That was because of a friend who was dying of cancer. She said to me, "Oh, please don't stop writing." She said, "I so look forward to reading your letters." So I carried on for her sake. And after she passed away, I can't stop anyway. It's like a compulsion now. See, a lot of elderly people really like that I write about the past. A lot of them really live in the past. I mean, I do to a certain extent. I mean, all elderly people do. But, I mean, I like to look forward to the future as well. I believe in romance. I've had my share of romance. I think a really good marriage is based on friendship and liking each other. If you don't like each other, no good. You might lust after each other, but if you don't like each other, no. And look at the obituaries and see if there's anybody I know. Sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. But I haven't seen my own name there yet, so that's all right. I've donated my body so that it can be used by medical students for 3 years. After that time, they will cremate what remained, and then I want my ashes to go back to England. You gain nothing if you hold back. Go for it. If it's a disaster, so be it. If it works, run. Enjoy your life on earth. Too soon it'll be too short. I mean, I want to live mine all over again. I know I can't. But if I believed in reincarnation, I'd love to come back as one of my cats. Because I know I'd be pampered and loved and adored. When I was in Paris, I went to a marvellous nightclub called Le Pigalle, and it was absolutely brilliant. It was wonderful. I mean, loads of North African transvestites. There's a lot of those in Paris. They are so talented. And I have to say that nightclub was where we had the best meal in Paris.